Ownership of football clubs is becoming increasingly controversial. Billionaires, investment funds and even celebrities are joining forces to own several teams at once. Does this create a conflict of interest, or does it encourage the development of young players in an efficient way? Hello and welcome to Football Now. As the money required to invest in football continues to grow exponentially, in the modern era we're seeing a new kind of football ownership. Companies investing in or controlling more than one club is the new trend, and it's splitting opinion in the football world.
Yeah, so it's become a bit of a phenomenon in European football, particularly over the last 5 years. Basically, when one ownership group has controlling ownership stakes in more than one football club. Now, you can't have controlling ownership stakes in more than one football club that exist in the same league. So what that does means these things are spread out over, whether it's a continent, whether it be Europe, some multi-club groups stretch into South America, Asia, Australasia, North America, everywhere.
So what has caused this sudden boom of organisations wanting to enter every market possible? Well, the world's top clubs want to identify talent earlier in order to save money in the long run. Let's use a hypothetical example. Club A are an elite club competing at the pinnacle of European football. They have a squad full of world-class players, and because of this, some of their younger players may not get as much time on the pitch as the manager would like them to. To solve this issue, the wealthy owners of Club A acquire another club, now known as the feeder club for Club A. Typically, the feeder club is a smaller sized team in a different league, who are not competing in the same elite competitions as Club A. Now, Club A can use their feeder club to send younger talents on loan to further their development. Or they can even help to finance transfers for the feeder club to acquire young players from around the globe, with a view to one day completing a permanent transfer to Club A in the long run, or be sold elsewhere for a healthy profit.
I've seen a few people kind of talk around how there are synergies that can be created between having numerous clubs under your control, but largely it is down to player trading. So the ability to spot talent in different countries that can have it play in the same way that your biggest asset. So Liverpool presently are looking at acquiring a second team, or Fenway Sports Group are looking at acquiring a second team, which will be for the ultimate benefit of Liverpool, which is their most valuable asset. The idea being identify players an earlier stage in their process, house them, allow their talent development and get them ready for either a move to Liverpool's first team or to be sold on for a profit.
Now we understand the motives, let's take a look at some real-world examples and why not everybody agrees with the concept of using feeder clubs to develop young players. There are some famous examples of multi-club models that are causing debate in the football world. Manchester City were the inaugural club in the group now known as the City Football Group, which includes teams such as New York City, Melbourne City, FC Girona, Yokohama F Marinos and others. Manchester City are a success in their own right, but now have a support network of other clubs who contribute to their revenue and help develop young players in the scouting system. A similar setup has been implemented by energy drink company Red Bull. They have clubs in Salzburg, Leipzig, New York and Brasilia. Players such as Sadio Mane, Naby Keita and Erling Haaland are all products of the Red Bull system. Despite this, how are these teams viewed by rival fans in their respective countries?
Basically, as a plastic club, they've been created solely for brand marketing and the promotion of the Red Bull energy drink. In Germany, we have the 50+1 ownership rule, which requires clubs to be majority owned by their members rather than external investors. By having basically Red Bull employees as those voters, they've bypassed that 50+1 rule. It lacks a genuine feeling. So long-standing fan culture, long-standing tradition, and that is very highly valued as German football and from the fans.
However, these examples are the tip of the iceberg. At the end of 2023, Sport Business, in collaboration with CIES Sport Intelligence, estimated that 301 clubs around the world are now part of a multi-club ownership structure. The issue this presents is when clubs owned by the same people end up competing in the same competition, potentially creating a conflict of interest. UEFA have recently relaxed their rules slightly on this matter. Before, clubs could be blocked from playing in UEFA's elite competitions and simply replaced by the next team in their domestic league. But now, Article 5.04 says a club that is replaced in one competition may still be admitted to another UEFA club competition, to which the relevant national association has access.
To my mind, there should be no crossover. Again, clubs should be fully individual entities. UEFA's rules should be on that basis, and it should be quite hard line on this. But of course, it's too late for that. So UEFA can't impose this sort of rule, or feel they can't, because if they did, it would potentially create chaos. All they can do now is adapt around the rules, and I think that's why we're seeing relaxation of them rather than actual proper consideration of what this means. Because, and this happens so much in football, it's essentially almost too late to do it properly. They haven't been proactive enough.
Multi-club ownership is one of the hottest topics in football at the moment, but the phenomenon shows no sign of slowing down. Let us know your thoughts using the hashtag FootballNowMultiClubs. That's all we have time for from our studio here in Doha. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.